Dear colleagues and participants, we are going to present a study created by Professor Aristides Bitzenis and Professor Nikos Koutsoupia from the Department of International and European Studies, University of Macedonia, Thessaloniki, Greece. The study is entitled Mediterranean Tourism in Business and Economics, a Scientometric Analysis of Scopus Indexed Research. The purpose of this presentation is to illustrate our work on the bibliometric characteristics of Mediterranean tourism research in the last decades and try to discover the related research content and topics. This study combines bibliometric and content analysis to examine the literature on ongoing research on Mediterranean tourism. We evaluated publications from the Scopus database, analyzing their metadata such as sources, authors, titles, and frequently used terms. To undertake the bibliometric analysis, we utilized an R language package specifically designed for this purpose. The investigation produces several findings, including the annual scientific productivity, notable and prolific researchers, significant research papers, relevant publication channels, and descriptive aspects of commonly used terms. Additionally, a trench diagram is generated by analyzing the utilization of author keywords throughout the study timeframe. Furthermore, the analysis includes a thematic map that visually represents the most prominent technologies found in the analyzed scientific articles. Finally, we will discuss policy recommendations based on the outputs of our work. Regarding the data and methodology, we selected related published research using Scopus's online search services, looking for relevant terms. The initial search returned nearly 2,500 papers. We then filtered the results focusing on business and economic Scopus categories for journal articles, and this resulted to 523 papers. After compiling the dataset, it was analyzed using bibliometrics, an R language package tailored for Scientometric systematic literature reviews. This table displays the primary findings of the analyzed publications, providing essential information about the dataset. Specifically, this table illustrates several noteworthy details, including the significant annual growth rate of publications, which is above 8%, and the total number of journals is 145. Moreover, the average document age is about 10 years, with an associated citations per article index of nearly 35. Also in this table we see the impressive count of authors and co-authors, totaling approximately 1120 researchers, and the average number of co-authors per document, 2.58, with the international co-authorships reaching 20%. In this context, the figure here illustrates a marked increase in yearly interest in Mediterranean tourist research. It's worth noting that more than half of the articles were published in the last decade, emphasizing the substantial growth in research output during this period. As shown here, these business and economics journals circulated 10 or more related works, with tourism management from elsewhere being the most prolific with 54 Mediterranean tourism research papers. Tourism economics from SAGE, Journal of Sustainable Tourism, and Current Issues in Tourism, both from Taylor and Francis, follow with 37, 26, and 24 articles correspondingly. This table lists the most prolific countries based on the first author's affiliation in research production within the examined field. Spain has been identified as the country that has published the highest number of articles, followed by Italy and the UK, all recorded with more than 100 papers during the explored period. This table contains the most frequently cited research within the studied journals, including the total number of citations and the ratio of citations per year. The most cited paper, with more than 660 references, was contributed by Mjonar and Jacobsen, entitled Motivations for Sharing Tourism Experiences Through Social Media, that appeared in the Tourism Management Journal. More than 600 citations also gained the work of Baloglu and Brimberg in the Journal of Travel Research, entitled Effective Images of Tourism Destinations. The 400 references threshold was also passed by another work by Amelung et al., entitled Implications of Global Climate Change for Tourism Flows and Seasonality, also in Tourism Management Journal. The shown table exhibits the author keywords that research commonly utilized in the examined papers. These widely used keywords, appearing at least 20 times, except for instances involving the word tourism, encompass author keywords such as Mediterranean, Spain, and Balearic Islands. This figure depicts how author keywords in the examined academic field have evolved over time. Initially, the focus was on customer satisfaction, tourism planning, and Croatia, but currently there is a greater emphasis on stakeholders, terrorism, over-tourism, and COVID-19. Additionally, the analysis shows that terrorism, sustainability, and tourism demand have gained importance in recent years. This change in emphasis is clearly visible from the longitudinal study of author keywords across the articles analyzed. To classify the examined research themes, we utilize keyword analysis techniques based on author keywords. When mapping science using keyword analysis, themes are identified by analyzing clusters of keywords and their interconnections. Each research theme is characterized by two parameters, namely density and centrality. These parameters can be used to classify themes in four groups using the mean and median values of both density and centrality. A thematic network is created in a theme through the interconnections between keywords, forming a network graph with centrality as the horizontal axis and density as the vertical axis. Nodes with many relations with others have higher centrality and are in essential positions in the network. A thematic map based on such a network provides an intuitive plot where themes can be analyzed based on the quadrant they are located in. Themes situated in the upper right quadrant are crucial to the organization of the examined research articles. Here, such a theme is defined by terms like destination, satisfaction, and loyalty that are both well established and significant. Conversely, themes located in the upper left quadrant possess well-developed internal connections but have unimportant external connections. This makes them only marginally relevant to the field. Here, such themes are defined by keywords mainly like hospitality, Italy, and tourism impact. Themes in the upper left quadrant are weakly established and marginal, often representing emerging and vanishing topics. Here, such a topic is characterized mainly by terms like residential tourism. Finally, the fourth quadrant encompasses vital cross-cutting themes, though still in progress. Such themes in our study relate to keywords like Spain, Balearic Islands, and seasonality. Based on the findings that will be described further, policy recommendations can be proposed to address the identified gaps and promote further development in the field. Initially, there is a need for increased funding and support for research in the business and economics aspects of Mediterranean tourism, given the growing global interest in the existing gap in literature. This can be achieved through the establishment of research grants and collaborative initiatives involving academic institutions, industry stakeholders, and government bodies. Additionally, there should be a concerted effort to encourage interdisciplinary research, bringing together scholars from diverse fields to provide a comprehensive understanding of the field. Policymakers should also consider the creation of platforms or conferences dedicated to Mediterranean tourism, fostering knowledge exchange and collaboration. Lastly, initiatives to enhance the visibility of research outputs, such as creating a centralized database or platform for sharing findings, could contribute to the dissemination of knowledge and facilitate further research endeavors in the field. The present study endeavors to offer a comprehensive review of the literature on Mediterranean tourism research. The sources surveyed in this analysis exceeded 500 in number and primarily originate from fields such as business, management, and economics. By utilizing descriptive and network bibliometric analysis techniques, this paper makes two contributions to the current literature. The first contribution entails exploring the most distinguished and influential authors, publications, and countries in this field. Specifically, the quantity of research papers published on this topic has experienced a significant surge notably since 2013. Spain, Italy and the UK emerge as the top 3 countries with the highest number of authored papers in this area. Moreover, the journal with the most substantial impact is Tourism Management, boasting a total articles count of 54. Notably, a Mueller and Jacobsen article entitled Sharing Tourism Experience has garnered more than 660 citations, solidifying its position as one of the most cited papers in the field. The second contribution involves identifying the most used author keywords and their trends over time, as well as their themes in the examined research area. Specifically, in the examined article set and based on term frequencies, Mediterranean tourism research primarily centers on topics related to Spain, Balearic Islands, seasonality and climate change. Our analysis has brought to light the increasing significance of terms such as stakeholders, terrorism, over-tourism and COVID-19 within papers published since 2020. Also, a shift in emphasis is observed that becomes particularly evident when we conduct a longitudinal examination of author keywords in the articles we've scrutinized. Notably, our research reveals that over half of the papers in our dataset were published between 2013 and 2023, signifying a substantial surge in research output during this period. As for our recommendations, enhancing funding for related research, establishing research grants and fostering collaborative initiatives among academic institutions, industry stakeholders and government bodies is essential to address literature gaps and promote comprehensive understanding and development in the field. In our future work, we aim to identify significant institutions and sources associated with Mediterranean tourism research. Also, we aspire to examine author collaboration and cohort networks and analyze research collaboration among different countries. Here are some indicative articles used in the literature review of the present study. And that is for the presentation part. Any questions or comments, please?